Okay. Now, of course, it's defending Elvis Presley. Fans want the truth. I've done a different camera thing here because I'm going like the widescreen. I've got rid of the where it's showing the video. You know, my laptop, my how can I say it? The YouTube screen next to me. I just think we're only going to put that up if we're going to use it to, like, obviously review other videos and stuff. But when we're reading or chatting, I don't think we need to do it. So yeah, so got myself a nice coffee. You all know I'm on a diet. I'm determined to lose 8 pounds. I reckon I've already lost 2. So you know me, if I say I'm going to do something, I will probably do it if it's like a goal setting. Hi, Debbie. So I don't know if you know, Deborah, were you there just now when we were reading about this announcement with Priscilla's book? I think I'm going to read it again because it's quite short. Deborah, were you there when we were talking about this announcement? I'm going to read it to you. Someone sent it to me. I think it was Rose Finney. It's not very long. So here's the picture. Okay, I'm going to read it then, Deborah. Now, it obviously the fans know about this. It's been a few other people have spoken about this, but I thought we'd make a bit of a thing of it. I've only got about 20 minutes, so I thought I'm going to read it again. This time I won't stop. I'm going to read the whole thing, and then we'll just have a chat, and I'm going to talk about this. Obviously, this book of lies. In my opinion, this is a book of lies. I have kept saying I do want to start reading this book with the intention of defending, yeah. Let me just tell Tony's messaging me. Look, I'll just tell her live now. Okay. So I just messaged a couple more people. I'm a little bit in a rush because I don't know when my wife's going to be back, because my wife's gone to the dentist with a couple of the kids. So I'm trying to rush this. I don't think it's going to be a very long live. As soon as she gets back, let's have a look. Okay, so I'll just say it on I'll say it on the YouTube channel quickly. Let's have a look. Hi Angie, I'm gonna read that thing again with the release of this book. I think a few people missed it. I think it's important that we read it, so I'm going to quickly do it now. Let's have a look. Okay, let's have a look. Live. Right, okay. I've told a few people. Hopefully some will join us. But I know a lot of you watch this tomorrow, guys. I understand. You're all busy. A lot of you are in America, England, Australia, Canada, all different countries. I'm just so pleased that many of you guys join me every day. And a lot of you watch my videos through the night, because I'll go to bed and the videos only had like 30, 40 views. I wake up, it's like 150 views. So I do appreciate all of you guys that watch my live streams through the night. Thank you so much. My dog walks through the night. Thank you so much. It means a lot. So I'm going to read this bit again. Let me just get it up quickly. I don't know how long I've got. We will soon see. Right. So let me get it back up. Okay. So this is the Fragments of Time Chronicles, is where someone sent that to me. I think it might have been Rose Finney. You can't really see it, but it does show a picture of Priscilla. Now, of course, that's all been touched up and made to look perfect. So let me read it to you. For the people that haven't read it, it's the announcement of the book release, another book. The first book she's written since this. So it's quite a big deal, guys. Obviously, we're very concerned. we're worried that what will be in the book will be negative towards Lisa, towards Elvis. As far as I can tell, the book is going to be from after Elvis passed. The idea of the book, it's after Elvis passed. So we will see, guys. Obviously, you guys are going to have very strong opinions. We're all worried about it. Let's see. Let's read it again. We did just do a show just now, a quick little 20-minute show, and Stefan joined us off Artists on Record. We are going to be reviewing Stefan's Billy Stanley videos and his Mike Stone video at some point when I can find time. Where is Linda? Which Linda? Oh no, Linda's messaged me. She's had a few problems. She's a busy lady at the moment, so we you know, of course, we miss Linda. Right. So right, let's do it. Well, we're hoping not, Tony, aren't we? We're hoping it's going to be okay. Don't forget, us fans, we still have issues, strong issues, over many, many topics to do with Elvis and Lisa and the running of Elvis Presley Enterprises, to do with Graceland, to do with money, to do with unfaithfulness, to do with divorces, to do with boyfriends, to do with Michael Edwards. We have so many issues with Priscilla that we're very upset about. We want to expose the wrongdoing. We want Priscilla to admit wrongdoing and say sorry. Right. Priscilla Presley is the iconic figure who has navigated both the spotlight and the private challenges of life in the Presley family. It's set to release her second memoir in the fall of 2025. Tell me, guys, when is the fall? I'm not from America. When is the fall? So, hi, Pat. I did read both your comments, Pat. Louis, that book is going to attack Lisa. Anyone who buys that book means they approve of abuse she did with Lisa. That woman should be locked up. Look, we're very passionate, guys. We're very upset with Priscilla. Come on. We're all very upset. Don't forget, we on this channel, Defending Elvis, defend Lisa against the wrongdoing of Priscilla and the wrongdoing of Priscilla towards Elvis almost every day. We are not supporters of the book. We must discuss the book. We're obviously very worried. Very worried. Yeah. Come on, let's face it, guys. The main people that will buy that book will be Priscilla fans. Yeah. Well, I think we have to understand that Priscilla fans have been brainwashed. In my opinion, for entertainment purposes, the fans have been brainwashed to think that Priscilla has done no wrong, that she is a victim, that she's still his widow, that she still should be able to use the name Presley, which we know she shouldn't. She gave up the name Presley. So we as fans that have done our research to understand the truth, we're very worried about this book. So let me just read the announcement. This announcement was made by publishers weekly, sparking excitement among fans and readers worldwide. Priscilla's first memoir, Elvis and Me, which was 1985, offered a deeply personal and intimate look into the life of Elvis Presley, their marriage, and their complexities of being married to one of the world's most famous figures. Now, this upcoming memoir will offer a new chapter delving into the years following Elvis's passing, with profound insights into Priscilla's life as she reinvented herself as a businesswoman, actress, and mother. So, reinvented herself as a businesswoman, actress, and mother. Now, it's a funny one, guys, because obviously we know about the Biss and Bow clothing salon that she did. But, you know, this situation with Graceland, where suddenly she was thrust into this world of helping to launch the museum, the Living Museum. Well, the Living Museum, it was already happening. It was already at hand. Memphis City were already dealing with it. Morgan Maxfield, who died in a plane crash, was dealing with it, and his assistant, Jack Sodden, was dealing with it. Vernon was dealing with it. Colonel Tom Parker was dealing with it. It was all happening anyway, regardless of Priscilla. The Living Museum was going to happen. Memphis City were going to preserve Gracelands and develop it and develop in front of it. They've already drawn up plans. There's interviews on YouTube, clearly. Memphis City, many different members of the Memphis City Council discussing the preservation of Memphis, of Gracelands, the building, Elvis's home, and developing the whole area. So it was all happening, guys. It wasn't because of Priscilla. It was not because of Priscilla. So when they say a businesswoman, well, it was already happening. She jumped on the bandwagon. She took all the credit for it. She said she saved Graceland. She said she opened the museum. She didn't save Graceland, and the opening of the museum was happening anyway. Yes, she was the front person that announced the opening, but she wasn't there on the opening day. Many people don't know this. She was not there on the opening day, but she was. We all have seen the very public announcement to the press, to the tabloids, to the photographers. I'm proudly here to present the opening of Graceland, the museum. She even gives the impression that it was her idea and she saved Gracelands, that she preserved Elvis's legacy, that the reason he wasn't forgotten is because of her, which is bullshit. The fans are the reason she wasn't forgotten. And the other thing is, she even in interviews with Lisa Marie has said many times, oh, you know, your dad would have been forgotten. If I hadn't have saved Graceland and stopped it from being sold off and broken up into little pieces, even taken the wallpaper off the walls, Gracelands would have been forgotten. This is all bullshit. This is all bollocks. Sorry. All bullshit. So this is my point, guys. Yeah, she became a businesswoman once Vernon died, but only because it was all ready for her. It was all ready for her. They were never going to sell it. I don't care what anyone says. The worst case scenario is that Memphis City would have took it over. That is the worst case scenario, and they would have preserved everything and developed it. She did see an opportunity with Jack Sodden. Jack Sodden had put a lot of work into the opening of the Living Museum, and she jumped on Jack Sodden, made him a partner, basically. These are all my opinions for entertainment purposes. And Jack Sodden had done all the hard work with Morgan Maxfield, and this is why she could jump on the bandwagon and take all the glory for saving Gracelands. And we know it's not true. She didn't save Gracelands. It was already happening. Anyway, the book will also explore significant moments in Priscilla's life as the tragic passing of her daughter, Lisa Marie Presley, in January 2023. The memoir will oh, thanks, Tony. Tony's got me a coffee. Yo, Tony, thanks a lot. Tony, you're so kind to me. Thank you for anyone buys me a coffee. Thank you so much. That's so nice. So nice of you. Tony, you know I love you. The book will also explore significant... let's have a look. There we are. Right. The book will also explore significant moments in Priscilla's life, such as the tragic passing of the daughter, Lisa Marie Presley, in January 2023. The memoir will touch upon Lisa Marie's high-profile marriage to pop legend Michael Jackson and how Priscilla navigated her role as a mother in a world filled with immense public attention. Now, I'm very skeptical. Oh, Pat, thank you, Pat. Love you. Thank you, Pat. Thank you, guys, for getting me a coffee. It's so, so kind. Now, I'm very skeptical about the way Priscilla talks about Michael Jackson. Now, we've all got views about Michael Jackson. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm a big fan. I am a big fan of Michael Jackson. Please don't hate me for it. I am a big fan of Michael Jackson. I always was, all through the 70s and 80s and 90s. I always have been. So I can't change how I feel. Now the book From Here to the Great Unknown has come out. it does seem like there was a genuine love there with Lisa for Michael Jackson. Yeah, there was a genuine love there for Michael Jackson. Yeah, the marriage was real. Now, for whatever reasons, I don't know the actual reasons, it didn't work out. I know that there was, from what I hear, I do think Lisa, you know, just from what I've read, still had very strong feelings for Danny Keogh, you know, as a friend, as the father of her of Riley and Benjamin. I think there was still, it wasn't done and dusted with Danny Keogh. And I think that could have been a thorn in the relationship between Michael Jackson and Lisa Marie. And obviously Michael Jackson had his own stuff going on as well, didn't he? So it's complicated, isn't it, guys? Right. So the book will explore the significance. Well, I've said this. So she's definitely going to be talking about Michael Jackson's. We know she don't like Michael Jackson. She doesn't like Michael Jackson. She wants the public to think that the only reason Michael Jackson was with Lisa was to have a grandchild of Elvis, you know, to create a grandchild, to have a child with Elvis's daughter. Now, some of you may believe that. Some of you may think the only reason Michael Jackson got with Lisa was because he wanted Elvis's grandchild, Elvis's child. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I keep hearing that over and over again. I don't know, guys. I do think Michael Jackson for a while genuinely loved Lisa. And I do think Lisa for a while genuinely loved Michael Jackson. And it was in the book, From Here to the Great Unknown. And not just that, they stayed friends. Many people don't know they stayed friends. Michael Jackson and Lisa Marie, after the relationship ended, stayed friends. So beyond personal tragedies, the memoirs promises to provide an honest and reflection account of Priscilla's own evolution. She reinvented herself after Elvis's death. Well, let me just keep going. Becoming a savvy businesswoman. Do you know what? It's a funny one, guys, because people call her a savvy businesswoman. But she was suddenly thrown into this situation where on behalf of Lisa Marie, she had tens of millions and massive income. She was responsible for Elvis Presley Enterprises, Gracelands, the museum. There was money was pouring in. So yeah, she became a businesswoman overnight because of Elvis's fame, because of how much the fans loved him. The fans were pouring into Gracelands. They always were going to. Gracelands was always going to be a massive success. They knew this because before Gracelands opened as a living museum, they had been doing Graceland tours. Colonel Tom Parker used to do tours. But it wasn't just that. When Elvis passed, there were thousands visiting his grave. Thousands every day. So they knew that if they opened Graceland's, the building, Elvis's home, Gladys's home, they knew it was going to be a big success because they were piling in there to see the gravesite. They were piling in to see the meditation garden. So it was a no-brainer. They knew Memphis City and Priscilla and Vernon and Colonel Tom Parker, they knew that if the public were charged, say, $5 each, that they were going to make an absolute fortune. Priscilla knew it as well. Now, Priscilla likes us to think the whole thing was a gamble. Yeah. It wasn't a gamble. It was a sure thing. The fans fully supported Elvis, fully supported him. Yeah. So it was a sure thing. And I've heard on the opening day of Gracelands, the Living Museum, there was 14 tour buses, 14 little tour vans. They knew it was going to be a success, guys. They knew. So they call her a savvy businesswoman, but what really happened? Yeah. The museum was opened. It was a massive success, obviously, instantly. And then they started getting all the copyright stuff sorted so that people couldn't sell things and take advantage of Elvis Presley's name. So you have the business people like Jack Sodden making sure that no one else could make money off Elvis. They shut down all of the gift shops. All of the gift shops that were open and had been open for years, selling souvenirs, Elvis souvenirs, for years, were all shut down, weren't they? Yeah. So when they call her a savvy businesswoman, guys, don't know, guys. I don't know if she's earned that right. I don't know. Now, then they go on to say, notably through her work with Elvis Presley Enterprises and taking on notable acting roles such as Dallas and Naked Gun. I'm not going to, guys, I'm not going to say that Dallas and Naked Gun are like credible acting roles. Yeah, I know Naked Gun was funny. I know we all love Dallas, but do any of you here actually believe that Dallas and Naked Gun were like serious dramatic acting roles to be proud of? Seriously, I know we love Dallas. I know Naked Gun was funny. Wasn't there 3 of them? But does anyone here for a second think that it's the word they use is notably through her work, taking on notable acting roles such as Dallas and Naked Gun? Yeah. Sorry, guys. That wasn't proper acting. I'll be honest with you. And I'm not just saying this because I disagree with a lot of what Priscilla has done, but she couldn't act. Come on, guys. Does anyone here think Priscilla was a good actress? Come on. Let's be honest. She couldn't act. Come on. Right. So let's have a look. Readers can also expect a candid stories about Priscilla's romantic life, including her relationship with Elvis. The memoir promises to be an intimate and unfiltered exploration of the years after the loss of a loved one, navigating fame and finding independence in the aftermath of immense public personal triumph. Right. Okay. Right. Let me get comfy with this. So right, guys, can I just ask you as, obviously as just people, Elvis fans, Lisa fans, is it just me? But doesn't it, how can I say this without sounding I don't want to sound heartless, guys. I don't want to sound heartless, but do any of you feel that Priscilla has grieved properly? Do any of you feel that Priscilla has grieved for her daughter properly? I personally think that, it's blood. Yeah, it's blood. Yeah, it's her daughter. Yeah, Lisa is her daughter. Yeah. So, come on, guys. Whether you get on with your parents or not, it's blood. It's blood. Yeah. So, yeah. So there we are, Tony. Tony says, no, not in public. Now, we don't know what goes on behind the scenes. I like to think that Priscilla has been through hell losing Lisa. I like to think any mother would go through hell losing Lisa. I know Pat thinks differently. I don't know Priscilla. I don't know her personally, but I agree with what Tony just said. Publicly, she doesn't show grief. She doesn't show grief. Now, on the Piers Morgan interview, when Piers Morgan addresses the question, about losing Lisa, it came across very fake. Yeah. Does anyone agree that in the Piers Morgan interview that Priscilla came across very fake when she was asked the questions about losing Lisa Marie? Yeah. We all watched it, haven't we, guys? Yeah, Lorna says it. She hasn't grieved properly. Even me, right? I try to be as kind as I can, as good-hearted as I can, forgiving as I can, as caring and loving. I try to be a good Christian, but I cannot understand the lack of grieving. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I just do not understand why she doesn't grieve publicly for Lisa. I don't get it. Even that interview where she says, oh, I love her to death. This is such a horrible thing to say. Stood next to Navarro, and then she starts giggling like a hyena. I don't understand it. Lisa hasn't been dead that long, and Priscilla is out doing public appearances, signing autographs for cash, and she's running around the world as if she's 20 years old, trying to make more money, very ambitious. Obviously, we know that she opposed Lisa's wishes to give everything to Riley, Finley, and Harper. Well, that just infuriates the Elvis fans, doesn't it? And then we now know that they were arguing behind the scenes. Someone released a text from Riley basically shouting at Priscilla, saying, how much money do you want? Just tell me the figure. Tell me the figure. We know that she was paid $1 million, 400 grand legal fees, and she was given the right to be buried in the meditation garden. And she also is on a yearly salary. I think it's 100 grand a year as an advisor to Graceland. Yeah. This is money that came out of the grandkids' pockets. This is the problem. Every penny Priscilla got come out of the grandkids' pockets. This drives us fans mad. The fans go crazy. What is going on? We also know that the second divorce settlement should never have happened. She had to accuse Elvis of fraud, call him a liar, saying that he was hiding his assets. We also know that she gave up the name Presley, but took it back after Vernon died. Now, nothing's in writing, but we know, don't we, Guy? So there's so many things that have gone on that infuriate the fans. And now we've got the book coming out. We're very worried what's going to be in that book. Is the whole of the book going to be trashing Lisa? Obviously, we're upset about the book signing event with Nicole Richie at Graceland, where Riley was trying to promote the book From Here to the Great Unknown. We know that that Priscilla went in there and just stole the show. Everyone gave her a round of applause, and then she stole the show, and she spent all the time really putting down Lisa and Michael Jackson and playing the victim. Poor me, poor me. Oh, look what we went through. You know, that's just the way Lisa is. It was tough, but we got through it. Playing the victim at Riley's book signing in Graceland in front of Nicole Richie, who is Michael Jackson's goddaughter. So it's a tough one, guys. Right, let me just go back and see if I can just check some of your comments. So it's, you know, it's hard for me because I don't want to come across all hateful and nasty and bitter and just cruel. I want to come across like I'm just trying to expose the truth of the wrongdoing from Priscilla towards Elvis and Lisa, and ultimately towards Riley and Finley and Harper, because all of the greed affects Riley, affects Finley, affects Harper. Yeah. So I'm trying to expose the truth without coming across as this hateful person. It's difficult, guys, because there's so much wrongdoing. It's complicated. Right, let's just read some comments. Yeah, so Tony says, Michael Edwards stuff makes me sick, brings me back to, of course. It is disgusting. It's disgusting, guys. It's like horrific. It's like, we now know where it is, don't we? Chapter 29. You know, it's like, it's just so blatantly obvious. The wrongdoing of Michael Edwards, alleged, in my opinion, for entertainment purposes, just an opinion, is disgusting. You know, if I just read, right, here we go. Look, I'll just read literally one sentence. I'm not going to read this, guys. I don't want to. When we got into deeper water and her feet couldn't touch the bottom, She wrapped her legs around me and we continued playfully bouncing up and down. I became aroused. She was about 13 and he was 36. Come on, guys. It ain't right. We believe Lisa. Yeah. She put it on tape. Riley kept it in the book. We believe Lisa, even though it's alleged. Yeah, so Pat says Pat is basically saying she's only doing another book because Riley brought out From Here to the Great Unknown. I think a lot of people agree with that. Pat says, I'm angry that she can get away with so much. No one can touch her for lying. It does feel that way. It does feel that Priscilla can get away with whatever she wants. We've already proved on this show that this big lie that she lost her virginity to Elvis on the night of the wedding and then 9 months later Lisa was born is a big lie. Because Lisa said in the book From Here to the Great Unknown that Elvis and Priscilla were having sex age 18. So that means Priscilla has been lying to the world for 3 years. For 3 years. This story, this fairy tale, oh, it's so perfect. I waited for Elvis. And then on the wedding night, we had sex. And 9 months later, the baby Lisa Marie was born. The perfect romance. No, they were shagging for 3 years. You get it, guys? They were bonking for 3 years, which means Priscilla is capable of lying to the world. To the world. She said it on the Piers Morgan show 2 years ago. Priscilla has been saying this lie that they never had sex until the night of the wedding every year for 40 years. Priscilla has been lying for 40 years. I even saw an interview at the press conference of the film Priscilla, Sofia Coppola's film, and she sat there in the audience, you know, she's being questioned. They hand her the microphone. She starts crying and she says, oh yes, there was never sex. There was never sex until the night of the wedding. She was lying. She blatantly lied in that show, in that press type conference for Priscilla film when Sofia Coppola's there. And then she lies again on Piers Morgan's show and many other shows. They were having sex. Age 18, 19, 20, 21. They were. So this massive lie that Priscilla didn't have sex till the night of the wedding is a bullshit. It's bullshit. And it exposes Priscilla as a liar. As a liar. We want Priscilla to say, sorry, admit wrongdoing. Admit the unfaithfulness. Admit the divorce settlement was cruel. Admit that how she treated Riley after Lisa died was wrong. This is what we want, guys. An apology, a public apology to the world so that we can clear Elvis's name. This is what we want. We must have, at least if we get an apology, we get something. It will start to change the public perception of Elvis. Because I think that even Lisa Marie is being ridiculed. I keep seeing comments now, people calling Lisa Marie's book a book of lies. I've seen quite a few comments now saying, oh no, I don't believe Lisa's book. Lisa, her last words on tape for the world to know the wrongdoing, to expose the truth, and people are calling Lisa's book a book of lies. So wrong, guys. And even Michael Edwards, I think, oh, my wife might be here, so I might have to go, but even Michael Edwards denying all the accusations, denying it, saying it was done, it was said to sell the book, when we know it, allegedly, it happened. We know, don't we, guys? So if I do have to go, guys, I'm going to come back and do a part 3. This is part 2. So thank you for joining me, everyone. Let's just see, quickly rush through your comments. We want Priscilla to grieve properly. We want her to grieve properly. You want her to grieve as if she's lost her daughter. How every other person on the planet would act if they lost their daughter. They'd be grief-stricken and gutted. That's how they'd be. Like Tony says, we catch her lying again and again. We want the truth. This isn't about hate, guys. This is about truth. Right, I'm just going to end this in a minute. Are you, when? Hi, Gino. All right, okay. So guys, I'm going to come back, okay? They're going to go, I only need 10 minutes. Then I'm going to come back. We're going to carry on talking about this. Let's have a look. Yeah, we need to boycott the book. Now, Yaz is in the other room. So I don't think she feels anything at all about Lisa. Stacey, it's a tough one, isn't it? Is that possible? Is it possible to not feel anything about the death of your daughter? I find that hard to believe. If it was my child who passed, I don't know if I could ever make... Yeah, I agree. Pat, I feel the same. It doesn't make sense. None of it makes sense. Pat says Priscilla is desperate for money because of the Bridget Cruz court case. Yeah, I see that. Pat, that's well said. That court case is going to cost millions. Let's just keep going. Days after Lisa died, she filed suit for money. Yeah. So wrong, Deborah. So wrong. So, hi, Jane. Saw something that Elvis didn't want her to use his name, but apparently she can use it. Yeah. I don't understand why she's still allowed to use that name. You know, she sold the name Presley. She sold it to Bob. Is it Bob Silliman, the guy, the billionaire who bought Elvis Presley Enterprises, who bought 85% of it. He bought the name Presley and he bought the name Graceland. Priscilla, for entertainment purposes, my opinion, was given $6 million for the use of the name Presley and the use of the name Graceland. So, pretty scary, guys. Even when Elvis Presley Enterprises was sold, supposedly, just in my opinion, a lot of money changed hands that shouldn't have done. I think Lisa Marie was unaware of a lot of the wrongdoing that went on when Elvis Presley Enterprises was sold. I think the wool was pulled over Lisa's eyes. I don't think she knew everything. When the deal was being done with, is it Bob Silliman, Bill Silliman? I think there was a lot more to it that Lisa didn't understand. Lisa trusted Priscilla to do the deal right. I personally don't think Elvis Presley Enterprises should have ever been sold, ever. It should have never been sold. Yeah, like Tony says, more or less suing the grandkids right after Lisa died. Yeah, and the other thing is, I want to be buried next to Elvis. It doesn't make sense. She's not his widow. She left him 5 years before he died. Come on, guys. Doesn't the public treat Priscilla as if she's his widow, as if she's still married to him? Seriously, I bet you most people, if you asked them and said to them, did you know that Priscilla and Elvis are divorced? They would say, no. Elvis died because of a drug overdose. Yeah, they would say that. Oh no, Priscilla and Elvis were still together. They just don't know. The public don't know. We know, the fans. The public don't know. That's my opinion, guys. The public thinks she's his widow. The public thinks that Elvis and Priscilla were still in love. Some of the public think Elvis and Priscilla were going to get back together. If you speak to a Priscilla fan, no offense to Priscilla fans, you speak to a Priscilla fan, and there's a high chance they'll say to you, oh, Elvis and Priscilla were going to get back together. Oh, yeah, they were still in love. They don't understand the serious wrongdoing that was happening in 1977. There was a lot of arguments happening between Priscilla and Elvis about money, about the divorce settlement, about the lien that was going to be placed on Graceland, the deed of trust, the debt on Graceland, to ensure that Elvis got his money in installments. Elvis couldn't afford to pay Priscilla, so the lawyers agreed to set up a payment plan using a deed of trust, a lien, a debt on Graceland. The public don't know about it. The public don't know that Priscilla put Elvis in debt. The public don't understand that when Elvis had died, the reason there was no money left was because Priscilla had taken it all. I repeat, when Elvis died, the reason there was no money left was because Priscilla had taken it all, in my opinion, for entertainment purposes. This is just opinions. This is an entertainment show.
Priscilla is dead.
Huh? Priscilla is dead, is she? So my little 4-year-old's here. Tina, say Team Elvis. So, anyway, we get the idea, guys. The public don't really know the truth, do they? The public don't understand really what went on. So, it's like, I would say that if you spoke to a just a general public person that isn't an Elvis fan, I would say that all of their facts are completely upside down. The public's facts are completely upside down. They don't understand. They're like, oh yeah, Elvis was in the wrong. He took drugs, Like, shut that door, please. The kids are screaming. Can we shut the door, please? Oh. No, it's not. I think it's Yasmin. Thank you. Thank you, Tino. You're the best. I love you. So they're all going somewhere now. They're both very loud. The public don't understand. The public don't understand the truth. They have this warped version of everything. Like, poor Priscilla was a victim. Elvis was a drug addict that was overweight. Hi, Gio. My son Gio's here. Gio's just turned 15. He was 15 yesterday, yeah? 2 days ago. 2 days ago. Let's have a look. The public just have this twisted version of everything. So let me just read some more of your comments. So anti-father that are jealous of their daughter and try to destroy them. And do you know what? It's funny you say that, because many say that. Many say that Priscilla was very jealous of Lisa. Don't forget, Lisa got a lot of attention. She was really loved by the fans. Yeah. So, was there jealousy? What do you think, guys? Put it in the comments. Was Priscilla very jealous of Lisa? It happens, doesn't it, guys? She was beautiful. The whole world loved her. The whole world loved Lisa. Did Priscilla accept that? Probably not, guys. So Deborah says, I guess she felt sorry for Navarone. She must have lived with him. But look at him. He's as bad as mother. Do you know what? Whenever I watch Navarone, I don't know if you guys know this, but he posts nearly every day. He does 1 or 2 live streams nearly every day. I don't watch them. But he's a damaged person, isn't he? Now that boy, you look at a picture of Navarone when he was about 12 years old. He was very normal, very normal. What happened to that poor boy to make him become so jaded? What happened to that poor boy so that he got so heavily involved in drink and drugs? He has said some very cruel things about Lisa. He's obviously very close to Priscilla. You can clearly tell that Priscilla adores Navarone, can't you? You can see it. Every time I see anything with Navarone and Priscilla, I always clearly can see they are very close. They are very close. So what happened to that poor boy, Navarro, to turn out the way he did? Guys, do you get it? So it isn't straightforward. The damage was done by the parents. So Deborah says Priscilla has no heart and soul. But that's how we feel. Isn't it? That's how we feel. Okay, man. But I'm going to start cooking around 6, whatever. Obviously, I'm the cook today. Meat. You know, I haven't eaten. Seriously, guys, I haven't eaten since yesterday. Hi, Linda. Welcome back. Hi, Linda. You know, I haven't eaten since yesterday at 6:30. And the time now is 4:16, which means I haven't eaten. You work it out, guys. Means I haven't eaten for about 23 hours. All I've had is my poor little coffee. My poor little coffee. Let's all say hello to Linda. Linda. We've missed you, Linda. We've missed you. Okay, let's have a look. So, yeah, Lorna says, yes, she was jealous. Tony says, yes, she was jealous. Yeah, I don't watch them. I've watched 1 or 2 in the past for about a minute. I don't like them. I feel very uncomfortable. The Navarone live streams, I just feel uncomfortable when they come on. Yeah, we pray for your son, Linda. Of course we do. We send you love. We group hug. We group hug Linda. I can't stay away. This is too good today. Hi, Jean. So, guys, it's been a tough one. Anyway, we are now all going to jump over to Elvis Presley Found on Keto, and we are going to read Anita's book. Let me get it. Guys, we're going to read this. We're all going to go over to Elvis Presley Found on Keto, and we are going to read this book. Finally, I've got some time to read it. You won't believe it. So it's okay if I invite all of you to Elvis Presley Found on Keto in 2 minutes. I promise you it will be 2 minutes. And we finally read that book, that beautiful book. Yeah, all of you. Okay, guys, so I'm going to see you there, okay? I'm going to set it up straight away. Okay, guys? I'll see you in 2 minutes on Elvis Presley Found on Keto, our sister channel. Thank you here at Defending Elvis Presley. We've had a very, very interesting live stream here. I've really, really enjoyed all of us thrashing this topic out about the possibility or when this Priscilla book is going to come out, and being very, very interesting. See you over there, guys. Appreciate all the comments. Thank you so much. See you in a sec, guys.